This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything online, but more on them later. So maybe I lied. Just a smidge, just a tiny little lie in the title, because I didn't just buy the Breitling Endurance Pro, but my husband did. So this is his watch he just bought for himself. It is busy, it is loud, but I would say it's cool, different, and certainly not to everyone's tastes, but suits him and his colorful, vibrant preferences. I think this will be a watch a lot of people write off because it's everything that watch geeks hate. It's quartz, it's kinda busy, and it's a weird proprietary carbon case material. But I also think we, as watch geeks, write off cool watches too quickly. And I think there's an argument to be made in this being the ultimate sports adventure watch. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and on this channel, we just talk all things watches. I am not an influencer or a big publication or a watch dealer. I am an enthusiast who makes videos about the watches that I like. Which brings us to this watch, the Breitling Endurance Pro. I am sick of vintage reissues. I feel like we're always asking watch brands to create new things, and then when they do, it's a lot to take in and we don't like it. We all say we want sports watches and proper tool watches, but then when brands make that, using modern materials to the most accurate levels, we don't like it and we just want the Explorer too. We are a tough crowd to please. I think this watch has a lot of really good characteristics, but it won't be for everyone. Let's talk specs. So this has a case diameter of 44 millimeters, a thickness of 12.5 millimeters, and a lug-to-lug of 52.5 millimeters. These case proportions sound beefy, but it wears a lot smaller than the proportions would suggest. I think the dark case makes it feel a lot smaller. My husband likened the wearing experience to the Speedmaster, but just a little bit larger, which I think is a good reference point. I think of it kinda like a Garmin for someone who doesn't want a screen. If you are someone who feels quite comfortable in the Speedy, this is very similar, slightly larger, but I feel like it is something that is meant to wear larger. For reference, here it is on my husband's 7-inch wrist and my 5.5-inch wrist. For me, I want to say I'm sized out, but I kind of like how oversized it is on me. It is ginormous. There is overhang, but I kind of like it. Once again, it feels a bit like a Garmin, but for someone who doesn't want screens. It definitely works better on my husband's 7-inch wrist though. I'd recommend this variation, the 44 millimeter, for a 7-inch wrist size and larger. Sorry to the itty bitty wrist committee. This one's not for us, but Breitling does have a 38 millimeter variation, which is for those of the small wrist variety. I should ask Breitling if they'd ever send me that one in so I could do a comparison if this video does well and people would want to see that. Keeping on with the specifications, this is where it gets interesting. So the case material is Breitlight, which is a Breitling proprietary carbon composite, which is 3.3 times lighter than titanium and 5.8 times lighter than stainless steel. Very unique textured look. It won't be for everyone. This has a bidirectional compass bezel and chronograph functionality. If you are hating the way this looks, just wait till you hear about the movement. Powered by the SuperQuartz Breitling Caliber 82, the chronograph measures 1/110th of a second and is COSC certified. I think a lot of watch enthusiasts misunderstand quartz and think all quartz is made to the same quality and spec, which it isn't. That's not true. And I would even argue that SuperQuartz is a better choice for the intent of this watch. Quartz has less moving parts, making it more durable and able to withstand repeated shocks. And on top of that, this is a thermocompensated superquartz, meaning it is insulated from temperature changes affecting the quartz accuracy. COSC, or COSC, superquartz qualifications are strict, but Breitling falls well within it, with an accuracy of around 10 seconds per year. I think all of the specs, case and movement, were put there with purpose and intentionality. Mechanical purists won't love it, but it wasn't made for them. The accuracy won't be beaten with a mechanical watch. It has thermocompensation for the greatest level of accuracy. Compass bezel, exceptionally light case. From a technical viewpoint, this is very hard to beat. Which kinda reminds me of my website. I have no technical abilities to create a website. I have no business having a website that looks this good, but this is where today's fabulous video sponsor, Squarespace, comes in. You already know Squarespace. They are the place to make a website. With their beautiful, professionally curated templates, you can make a little space on the internet that is the perfect reflection of you. You can build your site with their AI enhanced builder, just giving a few prompts, or do it the good old-fashioned way by choosing a template and plugging in your info. That's what I personally did, but either way is awesome. Your website is the first place where people go to find you, whether you have a hipster cafe, an online store selling watch straps, or a hipster cafe that also sells watch straps. And that's why Squarespace has top-notch SEO tools to ensure you show up more often on search engines so people can actually find you. As you guys know, I've got this little one-pager for watch brands to reach out to me. I am thinking of entering the merch game, giving merch a go, and if I do, I will 100% be using Squarespace to launch that. They have so many tools for selling products with easy online payments and built-in tools for inventory shipping to give my potential customers a seamless shopping experience. Go check out squarespace.com/BritPierce. That's my link. It will be in the top line of the description of this video as well. Go click that. And if you use my link, you will save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. When I think of Breitling, I think of bold designs, busy dials, and chronographs, and that's exactly what this is. I'd describe the design as prioritizing function over form, from the movement selection to case material and including the date. This is function first and form second. Looking at the dial, the 9 o'clock subdial is the chronograph timing, 6 o'clock subdial is the seconds, and 3 o'clock subdial measures 1/110 seconds for the first minute of setting off the chronograph. The 3, 6, 9 hour markers have been exaggerated, causing the dial to be a lot more legible than you think it will be, and the date is tucked in between the 4 and 5 o'clock. I hate this date placement. Shout out to Don Hamilton if you're watching. He loves a 4:30 date. I hate it so much, but I love having the date functionality, so I'm in a weird spot with this one. Breitling have packed in some more adventurous features in unlikely places. Like in the Rehot, you'd expect there to be a tachymeter scale, but it is a pulsometer, which allows you to measure your heart rate, and the bezel can be used as a compass for navigation. To use the compass bezel functionality, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you would lay your watch flat and point the hour hand of your watch directly at the sun. Rotate the bezel so that the south marker is positioned exactly halfway between the 12 o'clock position and the hour hand. And you should now, in theory, have the position, unless you live in England and you never see the sun. Honestly, I know this won't be to everyone's aesthetic tastes. If you hate the way that Richard Meals look, if you hate experimental materials and quartz, which is a majority of enthusiasts, you are not going to like this. But if you are into brands pushing the envelope, making things that are genuinely new and cool and fresh, I mean, this is awesome. Now, for this section, it seems only right that I pass the microphone off to James. Since he's the one who actually bought this, he put his money where his mouth is, and it's clearly for him. It seems only right that he shares why.
To me, it's a very Breitling watch. You think Breitling, you think Pilot's watches. I always thought of Breitlings as quite busy with a lot going on the dial. You know, the quintessential Breitling is the Navitimer. It's got the slide rule. It's got a lot going on. It's a tool. It looks like a tool. But this is a very sporty watch. It's got a great sporty aspect to it. They've made it as light as possible. I put it on this fabric strap, and it's 41 grams, I think we measured it at. What I was looking for was a watch I could wear on the bike and barely feel it, and this certainly fits that bill. But it's still a higher end watch. It's a watch person's watch. And I chose this particular one because I always associate yellow with Breitling. I think they call it Cobra yellow, but I could be wrong. You'll correct me, I'm sure. But yeah, in summation, super lightweight, fun, functional dial, reminiscent of a cockpit in an aircraft, which I used to work as an aircraft engineer. Yeah, love it. Fun, lightweight, super accurate with the quartz movement as well.
It's very you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to talk about the price. I think a lot of people in the comment section will have a lot to say about it, but I controversially think it's well priced. Come at me. So this retails for £2,950 or $3,550 USD as of the time of filming, which is a lot of money. I know a lot of people are gonna say, £3,000 for a quartz watch. But keep in mind, this is a very cool thermocompensated SuperQuartz proprietary case material and weighs about 66 grams. It's very light. It's very cool. For reference, that is the same weight as 66 grams of feathers. This is why no one likes you. This is why... It has 100 meters of water resistance, a unique functionality, and it's from a luxury watch brand. Once again, this is a G-Shock that isn't digital for rich people. So I think that's all I have to say. I think I might have been quite strong in this video. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm feeling punchy about it. The more time I spent with this watch and researching for this video, the more I became convinced that this is the ultimate adventuring watch if you want to keep a more analog looking display. But that's just my opinion, that's my sermon. I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comments down below. Tell me what you think. Let's have discussions and keep this an awesome watch related kind of discussion board. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you for your viewership. And thank you so much to the Pope tier patrons whose names should be on the screen right now. Hello, Pope tier patrons. Hello, all tier patrons. Hello, people who have just watched to the end. On the screen now are the gorgeous, fabulous Pope tier patrons. They keep the lights on here at Gringa HQ. They keep this channel going. And thank you so, so much. I can't believe anyone enjoys my channel or my content. So I'm blown away. Thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying what we make here. And even if you don't, I hope you keep enjoying watches forever. They are awesome. You're awesome. And I hope you have the best weekend ever. Bye, guys.